Welcome to another episode of the Quip Corner with Ada. Today is a special, it's especially special day because not because it's 10:10, not by any stretch of imagination. Well, today is World Mental Health Day. Yes. And it is also the Canadian Thanksgiving Day. So we have two celebrations. And like many other things, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, and so on and so forth, these two things cannot be restricted to one day. But we will talk about both of them today. So join me in the Quick Corner and let's talk some more. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. I really appreciate it. I wonder how many people, me included, fix that plastic smile, go around looking like all is well. I'm happy, happy. When we really are not feeling it. It's happened to me more than once, and more than I'd care to recount also. But thankfulness or gratitude is something that... Let's read the quip first, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? Quip 56 in my most recent book. Quip 56. Things may not always be great, but you can choose to always be grateful. Things may not always be great, but you can choose, or we can choose to always be grateful. Every day, you and I have a choice on how we show up, irrespective of what shows up in our lives. It's up to us to decide, how am I going to show up today? Okay, let me pause and give you some breaking news. Yeah? You know how it is when you're watching the news or something and they say, breaking news! Breaking news! Waiting for everything to be perfect is wasting your time and wasting your life away. Yes. The only time and only place where everything will be perfect is when we're in heaven, which is why we each need to strive and make sure we make it to heaven. Yes. Until then, you need to decide on how you show up each day. That decision includes days like this. Yeah? Thanksgiving Day. You can decide to restrict your Thanksgiving to just one day. Or, as I prefer to call it, have a Thanksgiving way of life. So that Thanksgiving is your lifestyle versus just one day. And having that attitude benefits our mental health more than you can even imagine. I did some research while preparing for this video, and I'm going to read a few of the benefits to us. Expressing gratitude, according to Dr. Christine Francis, a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist. She said, expressing gratitude can positively change your brain. Like I said, can positively impact your mental health. We need to realize that Thanksgiving is not a situation, it is a disposition. It is a choice we need to make. Yes, it is a decision. And that decision superimposes itself on whatever situation you're facing. I know that the words superimpose on the situation, yeah, it's a nice rhythm to it. It doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't. I mean, having lost my mom as a teenager, I had to relearn. Yeah, I think that's the right phrase. I had to relearn how to be grateful. Because it wasn't great. Oh, by the way, this is fabric that my mother had. I made it into something I could wear. And she gave me these earrings on my 10th birthday. Yeah. Having lost her as a teenager, I had to relearn how to be grateful because it definitely was not a great experience. And as I look back, I see how that impacted my mental health. Let's not even talk about the doctor who prescribed antidepressants that made me worse. But I sure thank God for the people He placed around me, including one of my dear friends. I call him Annie Boy. You know yourself, yeah? If you watch this, you will know that I'm talking about you. And of course, I'm so grateful for my husband, who, for the years when I just couldn't bring myself to celebrate Christmas, he was patient and just said, take your time. When you're ready, we'll be right here. But I had to relearn how to be grateful, because I came to that realization that things may not always be great. I just have to choose to be grateful. William Arthur Ward, an American author, said, gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Thanksgiving and joy too are not a prescription. No one can give you a prescription for it. It's not even over-the-counter medication. You need to discover it for yourself. Let's look at some of the benefits I found for Thanksgiving, and how it positively impacts our mental health. First of all, better sleep. Research says that when we have that attitude of gratitude, we sleep better. We have fewer disturbances, at night. Well, I mean, if you have young children, that's a different reason for a disturbance that you should be grateful for. So don't grumble when you hear, for those of you who have baby monitors, I didn't have one, but yeah, when you hear a stirring that needs your attention, don't worry. With time, you'll get better sleep. But that's one of the benefits. Another thing is, it gives us improved focus. It may help us focus better on what we have in front of us. In fact, they added that you might even begin to view challenges such as an upcoming exam as opportunities rather than hurdles. This can improve your emotional resiliency. Remember what I said, William Arthur Ward said? Yes. So ordinary opportunities, you can see them even as blessings. Another benefit is higher self-esteem. Viewing the world with a sense of gratitude can change the way you think about your own worth. For instance, if a friend takes you out for lunch and you sit back to think about it, this person could have been doing many other things, but they took time to spend time with you. That even helps you appreciate yourself better. There's also increased patience. They say that it can improve your mood, especially and if or when you focus on the smallest things. Many studies conducted during the past decade reveal the correlation between an attitude of gratitude and feelings of happiness. While gratitude is not a cure for serious mental health issues like depression or anxiety, it does offer a mood boost for many people. It's harder to focus on negative or toxic emotions when you're filled with gratitude. Yes, amen to that. It may also improve your physical health. It talks about, people that have an attitude of gratitude are more likely to engage in healthy behaviors. Remember, I had talked about improving your self-worth. And as your self-worth improves, you're like, oh, I'd love to be around here longer. I need to take care of myself. So that's one of the ways gratitude helps your mental health and your physical health. It may help you feel more optimistic. The thing about optimism is when you are grateful, you recognize that yes, things may not be great, but there's some greatness or there's some great things in what you're going through. Remember that quote, every day may not be great, but there's something great in every day. Yes. So that's the optimistic outlook. It also builds connections with others. Because even the smile and the thank you to a cashier or to someone who holds the door open for you, that elevates that person some. And, yes, we're still wearing masks, but sometimes, when you're not wearing masks and people see that smile, it elevates that person, so it builds those connections with people. It really requires very little, just a shift in your attitude. Another one is that it can also bring you closer. So tied to connections, it can bring you closer to your loved ones. Because nobody wants a sourpuss around them. No one wants someone who's always grumbling about everything. There's some people that you just can't satisfy them, sadly. And that's a miserable way to live. I don't want to imagine what their mental health is like. And the last benefit, I believe, that Thanksgiving has on our mental health is it gives us the opportunity to be kinder to ourselves. When you take the time to appreciate the little and the big things around you, even taking the time to celebrate your little or large successes, you're kinder to yourself. You're able to say, it may not have been the easiest thing, but I was able to do it. So, on this day of Thanksgiving and World Mental Health Day, how are you going to show your gratitude to God and to those around you. It will do you a world of good. I actually found it interesting that during my research, I was wondering about, actually I stumbled on this list of obstacles. So I stumbled on obstacles. I stumbled on the list of obstacles to gratitude or thankfulness. And the first one on the list was envy. Say what? I have been writing and preparing and hoping to talk about envy soon. This is a great segue, so stay tuned. Sometime this month, we will be talking about envy. Until then, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. What are you waiting for? And if you have, please continue to share the word with others. Thank you. I am truly, truly grateful that you are here with me. Until we catch up again, stay thankful. Not just today, every day. Stay healthy too. Bye now.